Alright guys, so we had already done or completed the gardening season series part 1. Here we have some of the brush, some of the weeds and branches and things like that I cut back. And we also have some Lord Shiva heads. There's this one big one that you can kind of see, and there was a smaller one too that my mother had in her possession. You know, my mother does a lot of staging and interior design, so it was kind of part of a concept. We're not gonna do too much railing into why, but she had them in her possession and we burn them. Look, we put them in the fire and they're burning down. We didn't even call the call halal on these ones. We just put some lighter fluid, some branches, set this to flames. Kind of reminds us of the story of when the Philistines took the Ark of the Covenant and their god Dagon, his head was chopped down on the floor the next day when they put it in their temple. But then they erected him back and put the covenant back, the Ark of the Covenant back, and the next day after that, not only was his head chopped down, but his legs and arms and everything were on the floor. And to be honest, they're truly lucky that there wasn't a call halal called down and fire consumed everything in its midst. So right here, we just have a Lord Shiva head being burnt to flames, down to ashes, down to rubble. We'll update you guys on part 2 of this part of the project, but also, you know, the flower bed, how everything's coming along, the tomato plants, everything like that. But for now, the main part of today's video is this false idol, these false gods being burnt down to the ground with unquenchable fire. No remorse. It is what it is. You continue to worship false gods, this is what happens. Reminds us of the story of Elijah when he brought all the false priests and things like that in the midst of Israel, when Ahab and Jezebel were on the scene trying to run the show. And then he even tried to tell Elijah that you are troubling Israel. You're the one who's making problems for us. Elijah told him, no, you're making problems for us. So here's what we're going to do. Invite all of your false priests, all of your false prophets up. Let's set up two different altars, and let's see who's calling down the real fire here. All right, we'll catch up with you guys later. Have a wonderfully blessed day.